Amazon CloudSearch is a fully managed service in the cloud that makes it easy to set up, manage, and scale a search solution. This video shows how to use the Amazon CloudSearch console to set up your first search domain using a sample dataset based on the IMDb movie data. For step-by-step instructions, see Getting Started with Amazon CloudSearch in the Amazon CloudSearch Developer Guide. To use CloudSearch to implement search for your website or application, you create and configure a search domain, upload the data you want to search, and submit search requests to your domain. A search domain encapsulates your searchable data and the server resources that process document updates and search requests. As your volume of data and traffic fluctuates, Amazon CloudSearch seamlessly scales your domain server resources to maintain performance while minimizing costs. To begin, go to the Amazon CloudSearch console at console.aws.amazon.com/cloudsearch. On the Welcome page, click Create Your First Search Domain to launch the Create Domain wizard. The first step is to give our search domain a unique name. We're going to be using the IMDb sample data, so let's call it IMDb-movies. Note that domain names can contain lowercase letters, numbers, and dashes. Capital letters, underscores, and other special characters are not allowed. Next, we need to specify how we're going to configure the indexing options for our new domain. For this demo, we're going to use the predefined configuration for the IMDb Movies sample data. When you're using your own data, CloudSearch can recommend an index configuration based on a sample of your data, or you can configure the index fields and options yourself. The Review Configuration step shows the options that will be configured for each index field. If we need to, it's easy to modify the configuration later through the console, so we'll just accept the proposed configuration. Until you configure access policy rules, you will only be able to upload documents and submit search requests to the domain through the console. We want to be able to submit HTTP requests to our domain search endpoint to search for movies, so we'll enable the recommended rules. The summary shows the name of the domain we're about to create and the indexing options and access policy options that will be configured. It generally takes about half an hour to fully initialize a new search domain. A domain's dashboard shows the domain status, the number of searchable documents, the number of configured index fields, the total number of search instances that are being used for the domain, the number of partitions the index has been split into, the type of search instances that are being used, small, large, or extra large, and the domain's unique search and document service endpoints. While resources are being provisioned for our new domain, the domain status is initializing. Once the domain is in the processing or active state, we can start uploading the documents we want to search. To begin, click the Upload Documents button at the top of the domain dashboard. We're using the sample IMDb movie data. When you're using your own data, the console can automatically convert it to the search document format, SDF, or you can pre-format your data according to the SDF schema using either JSON or XML. The Review Document step shows the number of documents to be uploaded and the document fields that were detected. If any fields are detected that don't match the index fields configured for your domain, they are also listed. If you're using the sample data or automatically converting your data to SDF, you might want to download the SDF batches that will be used to build your index. When you upload documents, they're automatically indexed in near real time, so you can start searching right away. The domain dashboard shows how many documents have been indexed and are ready to be searched. To launch the search tester, click the domain's Run a Test Search link. The search tester enables you to submit simple queries against all text fields or specific text or literal fields. By default, multiple terms are ANDed together. Let's search the IMDb Movies data for Star Wars. When you submit a query, the search tester displays all of the returnable data for each hit, in this case, each movie. Because the genre field is configured as a facet, the search tester automatically enables us to drill down into the results by genre. For example, if we narrow the results to the animation genre, we see a single result, the Clone Wars. When you want to match documents that contain any of the terms you specify, you can use the OR operator to separate the terms. For example, if we separate Star and Wars with the OR operator, we get all of the movies that match either term. Similarly, you can prefix a term with the NOT operator to exclude documents that contain a particular term. For example, if we search the title field for Star Wars and prefix wars with the not operator, we get all of the movies whose titles contain the term star but do not contain the term wars. The search tester also enables you to view the actual request URL and raw response for a query. To submit requests from your browser, you can copy and paste this URL as a starting point. To perform Boolean queries and use the full Amazon CloudSearch query language, you submit HTTP requests directly to your domain's search endpoint. For example, we could construct a query to find all of the movies released between 2008 and 2010 that have the term star in the title field. The first part of the URL is our domain's unique search endpoint. Next, we have to specify the API version that we're using. The current CloudSearch API version is 2011-02-01. Then, we specify the action for our request, search. The Boolean query parameter specifies the constraints for our search. We're going to search the title field for the term star and the year field for the range 2008 through 2010. Note that the Boolean operator, in this case AND, is specified as a prefix operator. Finally, the return fields parameter specifies which fields we want to include in the response in addition to the matching document IDs. In this case, let's get the titles for each matching movie. Now we can use a web browser to submit the query and view the results. Now that we're done experimenting with our IMDb Movies domain, we'll delete it to avoid racking up additional charges. To delete a domain, go to the domain dashboard and click Delete this domain. When prompted, confirm that you really want to delete the domain and click OK. It takes about 15 minutes to completely remove the domain and all of its resources. For more information about setting up your own search domains, see the Amazon CloudSearch Developer Guide. For pricing information, see the Amazon CloudSearch overview on aws.amazon.com. If you have questions about Amazon CloudSearch or want to hear what other CloudSearch developers are talking about, visit the CloudSearch forum.